Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Arise with Amber. Thank you for all of your sweet comments on the last episode. I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter. We had a lot of fun. We went to Granger's parents' place and did the Easter egg hunt there, and I got to go see Riv and spend some time with Riv. Spent some time at the church by myself, so that was good. Yesterday we had our first Yee Day, which was 5 years since the start of Yee Apparel. We had a big blowout day. We sold tons of merch. We sold out of everything very quickly, quicker than we thought, and within 30 minutes, which is amazing. Thank you so much. But I know a lot of people were upset that they didn't get items. I know a lot of people had things in their cart and somehow they were gone by the time they went to check out. So we are reevaluating. We're gonna get a lot more inventory for you guys. We're sorry that some of you missed out on some things, but we will restock soon. Thank you for being on this journey with us, this Yee journey with us, and just following along as we try to grow and build this Yee family. So we so appreciate it. We will have more stuff for you. I promise we're gonna restock. A lot of the money that we raised went to Meals on Wheels. We usually pick a different charity each time we do like a big release. So we're grateful that we're able to give back in that way. We so appreciate all of you spending your hard-earned dollars on that kind of thing, on merch and things like that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot of you have asked me about my favorite worship songs. Worship music for me, I love worship music. I cry a lot to it, but I also jam out a lot to it. I usually do the top Christian playlist on Alexa and just let that play throughout the house when I'm cleaning or cooking or having my morning time. Some of my favorite songs, I'm gonna list them in the description below. I hope some of them can bless you. They are some of my favorite worship songs ever, and there's always new ones coming out. So I will list those in the description. I can't really play any of those for you because of copyright. But some of my favorites, Raise a Hallelujah is one of my favorite songs. Waymaker, of course, Symphony, Thy Will, Another in the Fire, Heaven Help Me, Why God, Sea of Victory, There is Power, Living Hope, Oceans. There's so many songs that I love. I'm sure you guys have your favorites too. Comment below what some of your favorite worship songs are. I'm gonna put a list, like I said, in the description, and I hope you guys can find some of those. So now I'm gonna go to our devotional, and I'm gonna read from Jesus Calling again. This is from April 16th, Jesus Calling. I am calling you to a life of thankfulness. I want all your moments to be punctuated with thanksgiving. The basis for your gratitude is my sovereignty. I am the creator and controller of the universe. Heaven and earth are filled with my glorious presence. When you criticize or complain, you are acting as if you think you can run the world better than I do. From your limited human perspective, it may look as if I'm mismanaging things, but you don't know what I know or see what I see. If I pulled back the curtain to allow you to view heavenly realms, you would understand much more. However, I have designed you to live by faith and not by sight. I lovingly shield you from knowing the future or seeing into the spirit world. Acknowledge my sovereignty by giving thanks in all circumstances. I love that. He's calling us to a life of thankfulness and gratefulness no matter what our circumstances are. And I think that's so important in our attitude and our perception of things. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today is attitude and perspective and the choices that we have and the choices of how we respond to things. And there's that famous quote, I'm sure you've all heard of it, by Chuck Swindoll, where it says, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. And we have such a choice as to how we respond to things in our life. Are we responding compassionately or are we responding being critical? Are we being bitter or are we being better? Are we choosing to see the good or are we choosing just to focus on the negative? We have a choice every day in our lives to be bitter or better. And for us, we had a choice when everything happened with our family and what we went through. We had a choice to retreat and run away and hide and be angry and never address it, never talk about it, live in our own little world of grief. Or we had a choice to model for our children and say, no, we are going to share our story in the hopes of helping other people. We are going to show how we are coping and how we are grieving in the hopes that it may help somebody else. We are going to try to bring light and love from the darkest of dark. And we made that choice collectively as a family, especially Granger and I together for our family, that we were not going to let this break us, that we were going to fight every day to try to find some good, try to find the gratefulness, try to grow somehow from one of the worst things that I hope we ever have to go through. And I still have to make that choice every day. I still wake up to the same reality every morning, and I have to make that choice to get up, get out of bed, get dressed, take care of my children, take care of my kiddos, and fight, mentally fight. Our minds are a battlefield, and our thoughts can control so much of our lives, whether it's good or bad. And our thoughts and our minds can take us down a very dark road. They can lead us into depression and breakdowns. With as much of the world that we can't control, the one thing that we can, which is so important, are our thoughts and our mind, and trying to find joy and trying to find peace in any situation. We have a choice in this time of quarantine. We have a choice to be angry and frustrated that, our normalcy is affected, and it is, and that's hard. And especially for people who have a trouble working from home and now they're having to teach their children, I get it. It's hard. It's different. It's a struggle, but I hope that we can try to find some sort of good from it. I've been trying to find the joy in that we are getting to stay home with our kids. We are getting to hopefully build relationships, study the word together, learn together, grow together. You're getting to spend more time with your spouse. For some of you, you may not like that, but for others, I hope you're learning to respect each other more and see what they go through on a day-to-day basis, and see what they do for you and your family, and see how much they do for you and your family. And I hope you're respecting your wife or your husband and seeing what they do for the family. I hope you guys are getting to see that and appreciate that in ways that you didn't know that you could. Sorry, there's an airplane. We have been given an opportunity in this time to slow down, be with our family, be with our kiddos, teach them, mold them, and they are watching. They are watching us. They are watching how we handle the situation. Are we stressed out? Are we joyful? Are we complaining all the time? Are we trying to see the good? They are watching, and we are molding them by our actions. So I hope that you guys, myself included, I hope that we can try to find the silver lining in all of this. I hope that we can make the choice in our minds to try to see the good, try to find some things that are good in this. I know it's hard, but I hope that we can make that choice. I've been trying to change the channel in my mind. Granger always says, when London is very passionate about something and she has something on her mind and she doesn't want to give up and she's throwing a fit about something, he always says, change the channel in your mind. And I hope that I've been trying to change the channel in my mind that we don't have to stay home. Technically we do, but we don't have to, we get to. And we get to take care of our family because we have a family. We get to clean our house because we have able bodies and we're able to do that. We get to make dinner and do all of the things that moms and dads have to do because we're blessed enough to be able to buy food. So many places in the world are struggling and don't have the resources and things that some of us do have. So I hope that we can be grateful for that and see the good. We also have a choice in how we respond to everyday little things in life, how we respond to social media, news, online commenting, and Facebook, and all of the social media world. We have a choice to think about how we respond and if we want to comment, and if that comment is going to lift somebody up or break them down. We also have a choice how we respond to that if somebody says something negative to you. I had 2 situations this week. One woman commented on my Instagram post. I had said that I went to the church and spent some time with River and just wrote this whole story about hope and love, and she commented, "It's never going to get better. You're never going to get better. You love a dead child. You're never going to get better. You're just going to be like this forever." And for me, it makes me sad for people who feel the need to comment negatively to people. I hope that woman can find some peace in her life. I don't know what she's been through, but all I can say in response to that is, yeah, it's going to hurt forever. It's going to suck. And I'm always going to feel pain and I'm probably always going to cry, but I'm choosing to live, and I'm choosing love, and I'm choosing hope. And for me, it will get better, and it can get better because I'm making the choice. I'm changing the channel in my mind. I'm making the choice to take the necessary steps to move forward in my grief and carry and absorb what we've been through. And I'm not going to let myself be stuck in that place. It's not healthy to me in my mind, for me anyway. I'm not telling her how to grieve. I'm not telling you how to grieve. I'm saying for me, this is the choice that I'm making. And I have that choice. I don't have control over a lot, but I have control over my mind and what I'm choosing to think and how I'm choosing to grow. And I'm choosing to show my kids that we can get through anything. And I'm choosing to take steps forward. I'm choosing to grow. I'm choosing to see what I can learn from this. I'm choosing to help other people through this. So I just encourage you, think before you type, think before you talk, be quick to listen and slow to anger. And if somebody does say something negative to you in that way, I hope that you can choose to not get angry and to realize that we don't know what those other people are going through, and just to try to just stay positive and focus on the good. I had another person last night send me a direct message, and 90% of the time messages are great and they're kind, but there's always that little percent where people can just be ugly and mean for no reason. And we just had our big yee sale yesterday, and a lot of the money that was raised went to Meals on Wheels and helped people. And she messaged me and she said, you need to just take a breath and stop trying to sell your apparel. You need to be using your platform for good. You need to have respect for people for what they're going through right now, and stop trying to push your clothes on people. And anyway, it's just this really long negative comment. And I just responded and said, we are using it for good. All the money that we raised went to Meals on Wheels to help people during this time. And I think people are just so quick to judge, spew negativity and hate on people. And we have a choice. Like, think about what you say to people. You have no idea what somebody is going through. No idea. And I think so many times in the world, people just sit behind a computer and just say negative things. And I just think it's so mean. And I don't know what they're going through in their life, and maybe they're just sad and unhappy, and I feel bad for them for that, but I'm choosing to not let that negatively affect me. Sometimes it hurts, but I'm trying to make the choice to be kind and just move forward and know that what we are doing is good, and we are trying to help people, and we're not going to please everybody, and you're not going to please everybody. I talk about that all the time with my kiddos, that social media is wonderful, but it's also dangerous. People are very quick to judge and to be negative, and we have a choice before we hit that little keyboard. We all have opinions, but just ask yourself, is this going to build somebody up, or is it going to tear somebody down? Is this something that I can just think in my mind and move on with my day, just scroll past it, or is it going to make me feel better if I just type out my negativity? Are you responding with compassion or criticism? Just think, just be kind, just love people, just love other people. That's what Christ calls us to do, is love one another as he loved us. So I truly think that peace can be found within all of us. We all have the ability to access peace in our lives through chaos and through despair and through suffering. And for me, that's God and that's Jesus, but it might be something different for other people, or for you. You might have some other way to access peace in your life. I just hope that we can try to find that peace and not let all the negativity of the world get to people, and make good choices in how we respond to things. If it's going to be negative or bitter, or if we are going to try to see the positive and try to choose joy. There are no hopeless situations in life. There are just people who have grown hopeless about a situation. So I just encourage you to try to find some way to find possibly some gratitude, because I think if you practice a lot of gratitude, that changes your mental state, that changes your thinking. It's hard to be upset when you're grateful for things. And I think no matter what we're going through in life, we can always be grateful for the things that we do have. Practice a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for every night, and that will definitely change your thinking. There are lots of opportunities right now to be a light to other people. And I think when you focus on somebody else other than yourself, that's another way to kind of have peace and joy in your life. Write a letter to a friend, text or call them, mail some cookies, have some cookies delivered, send some toilet paper to somebody, have your kids write notes to their teachers. Find something to be positive and joyful about in this crazy time. And I guarantee it will help to change the thinking in your mind. If you're struggling right now and you feel hopeless, or you feel like something is ending for you and you don't know how to get out of it, try to change the channel in your mind and try to see it as not an ending, but as a beginning of something. Try to see it as God maybe closing a door in your life, but opening up a window, And just know that God does have a plan for you. He has a plan for all of us during this crazy time, and we might not see it right now, but we just have to trust in his plan and trust that he loves us, he is for us, he is with us, and he is going to get us through all of the stuff that we're going through. I know a lot of schools are closed till the end of the year, and a lot of students and teachers and seniors and parents are mourning that loss. There are kids who aren't graduating and not being able to go to prom and not being able to experience all the things that we should experience, and it's okay to mourn that. You know, that's okay to be upset about that and to mourn that, but I just hope we can try to not stay stuck there and try to just trust in this plan. Know that whatever all this is that we're going through is going to help us to grow in some way, and we can learn something from everything that we go through, and I hope that you guys can try to focus on that after you mourn that loss. My heart hurts for you guys that don't get to experience all of that stuff. If you are feeling alone during this time, if you are hurting, if you don't feel like you have friends or family close, I encourage you to go online and try to find maybe a small group in your area. I know a lot of churches are online right now. My church, for one, Celebration.Church, they have 3 different services during the weekend. They have devotionals almost every day on their Instagram. They've got YouTube videos at night. There's so many ways to connect. So if you want to find a new area where you belong, log on to Celebration.Church, join a small group. You're never alone. God is always with you, and there are a huge group of people who want to welcome you. So look for a small group, log on, watch a service, turn on some worship music, and know that you're never alone. God is with you. Okay, so I wanted to read a quote that I found the other day, and I just loved it. It says, "True absolute freedom to me is living so close to the heart of Christ that whatever comes my way, my desire for his will to prevail will always be greater." I saw that on Instagram. The name was Amy Clutinotti. I just love that. I'm really trying to practice that and to pray for God's will and to live my life for God's will and not my own. And I want my children to witness that. I want my children to see us doing that and to see us trying to see the positive and not complaining all the time and not being frustrated all the time and not being angry all the time, and know that God does have a plan for us and we are choosing to trust in that plan no matter what the circumstances are. And I want them to grow up and hopefully 10 or 20 years down the road say, you know, you and Dad did it. We went through one of the hardest things that we've ever had to go through, but you chose to live, and you chose love, and you chose us, and you chose to take those steps to move forward so that we could have hopefully a normal childhood and as good of a life as we can, trusting in our parents and trusting in the Lord. And we're so glad that we got to witness that. That's what I hope my kids can see. I think to me that is success in my eyes. I hope that you can take something with you today. I hope that you can try to change the channel in your mind and try to choose the good, choose to see the good, choose to not focus on the negative, choose hope and joy and love and life, and go into the world. We can't really go into the world right now, but love people, love your friends, love your family. Cherish this time right now together. Use it as an opportunity to grow and grow closer together and grow closer in your walk with the Lord together. Know that you are chosen, and God does have a plan. I promise. It doesn't always look like what we think it's going to look like. Sometimes it's chaotic and messy and scary and it hurts. And we feel like we're losing out on certain things, but I promise God is opening up other doors and he knows what he's doing. So just trust in that. You are chosen, you are important, you are special, you are never alone. God is with you and for you. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week, and we are going to talk about mom guilt, which I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about, probably dad guilt too. I'm going to do a hair tutorial on the end of this. It's probably going to look like the last hair tutorial because my hair always looks the same, but I hope that it's a little bit different for you. I try to do something different. So let me know what you want to see next. Comment below if you have any questions for me, if there's any scriptures you want me to go over or talk about, or anything that's on your heart. Comment below and I would love to dive into that with you. Thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful week. Go into the world and try to find that light. Today, I'm gonna do that other beachy wave look that I told you about. First, I'm gonna put some dry shampoo all in my hair. This is the Batiste. They have a lot of different colors. Like when I had red hair, I used the brown one, and it actually has like a brown tint to it. So it filled in my roots. This one's white, but it smells good. This is a clean and classic. You can get these at well, anywhere, but you can get it at the drugstore too, or Target, or Randall's, or wherever. Spray the roots. Great.
Granger always comes in and he's like, coughs. Especially if I use it on the bus, because it like just leaves this mist of smoke everywhere. Let that kind of soak in a little bit. And then I'm gonna use this Living Proof Full Dry Volume Blast Styling and Finishing Spray. Pretty sure you can get this at Sephora. I got it in my BoxyCharm. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did the other day, just kind of spray in the root. Wiggle it in. This one smells really good too. I don't ever tease my hair. I have lots of girlfriends who are like amazing at teasing their hair. Just not good at that. And I live in Texas, so you'd think that I would be. Spray it all over. Okay, let's get to curling. So I'm gonna do this a little different today. I'm gonna leave out a section of the bottom like that long to make it a little bit more piecey. But I'm gonna start the same way. So I'm gonna leave out like that much. Do I have a tanner on my hand? Can't tell. Same thing, I'm gonna do a lot away from my face and then do some towards my face. Let's see, let's do this one. Let's go toward, leaving the piece out like an inch or two. This is another one of those that gets really hot. Burn my hands a million times. I think I got this in my FabFitFun box maybe. I'm thinking I wanna go back to my red hair. I really miss it, I really liked it. But when I did that poll on Instagram, Granger was one of the ones who told me to go blonder. So I might have to veto all of you guys. It was like 80% to go back and like, I don't know, 20% to go blonde. It takes a little bit longer I have so much hair, So it takes a little bit longer to do it with a wand than it does with a curling iron. With a curling iron, I can grab the thicker sections, but this takes me a little bit more time to do. Oh, also, some of you asked me about my teeth. What do I do to whiten my teeth? I've never had them professionally whitened. I'm actually gonna do that and show you guys the process of that pretty soon. But I've just been using the Crest White Strips. That's all I use. I did the Smile Sciences on Instagram. You can get those too. That works really well, the Smile Sciences. But I'm out, so I've been using the Crest White Strips. I just leave them on for 30 minutes or an hour. I do one every day for like a week. And they don't hurt my teeth. I know a lot of people are real sensitive to that. It doesn't hurt me though. So I like them, they're convenient and easy. Expensive though. I have a girlfriend who comes over all the time, or whenever she does, and she always takes my white strips, it's funny. But with my friends, what's mine is theirs. The thing with my hair is that it doesn't look that different no matter what I do to it. Like I could do a curling iron, I could do a wand, and it still kind of always turns out the same. I've never also been brave enough to cut my hair short. I would love to have one of those cute short cuts. What? You need to come in?
Do you know where my phone is?
Your phone? It's on the bed. Under a pillow. I'm actually kind of really loving this time home. I know it's very hard for Granger because, you know, being on tour is his passion and he loves to meet all the fans and he loves performing and he loves the stage, and it's been kind of hard for him to get used to, but he's filming lots of videos, lots of Earl stuff, so they're having fun with that. But I'm really enjoying just having nowhere to go and nothing to do and just leaning into that time with each other. And I think God is giving us this time as a gift to be together and lean in and slow down. And I know it's hard because lots of people are out of work and are sick and are out of jobs, and it's really hurting the economy, but trying to find the silver lining and the good in things. And so just really loving kind of slowing down. Find the joy, people. It's so dreary outside too. There's not really been sun in Texas. It's been kind of yucky. Do one more in the back and be done. Shake it out. And this is probably gonna look the exact same as the other one ended with my hair. Okay. All done. I'm gonna brush this out more. Kind of a more, gosh, my hair's getting almost super long. Actually, I have a hairspray too. Let's see, what do I want to spray it with? I'm gonna spray it with the Working Texture Spray, which is the Kristen S that I used in the last video. And then since you did like the volume spray, you can just kind of shake it up throughout the day and it'll stay volumized. So, here's my big hair. big hair tutorial. Let me know what else you guys want to see for tutorials. Man, I wish I was awesome at like cool braids and awesome buns and things like that. Maybe I'll have to learn that if you guys want to see that. Let me know anything else that you want me to bring to you. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day. You're chosen. Bye.
That's why I love dirt roads. That's why I love dirt roads.